For the Many Worlds of Lucid Dreaming conference, we have Jordi here, and your presentation is going to be Lucidity Lessons Applied to Psychotherapy. Can you tell me a little bit about what that's about?
That's it. Yeah, that's the name of it. My intention with this presentation is to talk about the benefits that one person who is following a therapeutic process, the benefits that that person can have if not only if they experience lucid dreams while in the process, but also if they know about the if they understand the logic of lucidity, of lucid dreams, the principles, or how lucidity is rated, by beliefs, by expectations, where do you put the focus, what's your intent. So I'm interested in how this person can apply in order to deal with this with his or her difficulties, those difficulties that they brought to therapy. That's what I will talk about.
That's great. I think that's a really important topic. And so, if there's one takeaway that you want people to get from your presentation, what would it be?
Well, I guess I'm talking to different kinds of people. I'm talking to people who are following therapeutic processes, which could be interesting in bringing to the practice their experience with lucid dreams. But most especially, I'm talking to people who are leading this process, like psychologists or therapists, who can recognize the potential of lucid dreaming with their patients. They can have some benefits by inviting their clients to explore their lucidity. But I think it's important to let people know about the mechanics of lucidity. Uh, because we can understand much better how they affect our waking life as well. I can give you an example. I will give
Yeah.
some examples in my presentation, but to make clear what I'm talking about, I can give you another example that you won't find in the presentation. For instance, the case of a woman, regularly she has to speak in public, and because of her job, and she is very afraid of doing that. She is very nervous, and especially the days before the any presentation, or any conference, or any lecture. And but she just had a dream, and when she became lucid, she remembered that we were talking about that issue precisely when we were in her therapy. We were talking about her fears, and she also remembered that we were talking about the role played by expectations in all dreams, not only in lucid dreams, also in ordinary dreams, but most especially it's easy to realize this role in lucid dreams. And she remembered that. So she decided, while in the dream and lucid, there was a door, and she decided, okay, I will open that door, and there will be some people waiting for me behind that door. There will be a huge audience, and there will be a stage, and they will receive me applauding. They will be very excited to see me, and she did that. She did that, just that. She opened the door, just generating this inner expectation, that it would be a huge success. And that's what happened. She opened the door, the dream door, and she found a huge, all those people, they were applauding wildly. She was amused, and she felt so relaxed that she started improvising her speech. So when we met some days later in my practice, in my office, she told me that when she woke up, that experience impacted her. So we decided to use it, and she did it in a few days later, but because she had a presentation, and before going out onto a stage, uh, she started thinking about the audience, and she thought they were eager to listen to her. They were happy. They felt sympathy for her. So she started feeling that way, just like I say, like relying on the dream she just had some days before. So I must say, because this is important, especially for those people who are new lucid dreamers, or people who doesn't have lucid dreams that often, that we're not talking about an idea. When we have a lucid dream, when we're talking about lucidity, we're talking about we're not talking about imagination. It's not just imagination, just an idea. We're just talking about an absolute real lived experience. So she just knew that she could experience that, and she went out onto stage in that way. So she felt comfortable. She gave the talk. Consequently, she did it with that confidence that helped her make it more interesting, and she finally received the applause that she deserved and that she expected.
That's great. That is such a good use of lucid dreaming to practice public speaking and things like this. It really is therapeutic. And I think what you said about the belief and expectations is so powerful. I mean, that's really, dreams are thought responsive in that way. And it's really a lesson for life because beliefs and expectations play a big role in our lives as well. And so your dreams can show you that. And I think it's important to start, incorporating dream work into psychotherapy. Have you found over the years that, mental health practitioners and therapists are open to incorporating dream work into their practice, or has it been a hesitation?
Well, not really, not as much as they should. You know, I've
Yeah.
been working with dreams for many years now, and it really has changed the panorama. There are many more psychologists and therapists who are interested in dreams and specifically in lucidity, but I think that most of the people still don't know about the potential, the real potential of it.
Some ways to go
Yeah,
before
ways
it
to
gets
go.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
it. That's
Yes,
it.
I agree. I think, medicine, mental health, and science is catching up to the potential of dream work, especially, when it comes to psychotherapy and these kinds of things. So I think it's really important. And I'd love to hear about some of your personal experiences too. How long have you been a lucid dreamer?
Well, it's interesting because lucidity just caught me by surprise. I was I don't remember having lucid dreams as a child, as many children do. I really don't remember having that experience when I was a kid. But in fact, I was not a child who had many nightmares, which, as you know, is one of the reasons for children to develop lucidity. Um, so I might have had some lucid dreams when I was a kid, but I started having lucid dreams consciously when as an adult, and it's interesting that I didn't have any information about its existence. So I just started having them with some frequency, much to my bewilderment. I enjoyed it a lot. I really didn't worried about my losing my mind. I wasn't worried about that. I was just quite the contrary. I was really fascinated by it, absolute fascination by what was happening. I didn't understand what was going on, but I was enjoying it much. And and I thought, wait, this is huge. What's happening here? And I was really happy to explore all the potential. No? And it wasn't some time later that I learned that there was a state of consciousness that they called lucidity, lucid dreams, and I said, okay, that's what's happening to me. And so I have always believed that if lucidity came to me this way. It was because I was in a moment of great immersion in my dreams when that happened. I was collecting them in my diaries. I was writing them down. I was observing the relationship that they have with my waking life, just making the associations, that analyzing them and experiencing with them artistically, experimenting with making music from my dreams, drawings, writing scripts for comics, So I was doing a lot of things with my dreams as I'm doing now. But I think that immersion and my self-observation, I think that all of this led me to lucidity.
Yes, that makes so much sense. And it's such a powerful lesson, too. A lot of people get focused on lucidity only and they get discouraged if they're not childhood lucid dreamers. They may not think that they're natural. But what you're saying is that just by paying attention to your dreams, non-lucid dreams, all of your dreams, just engaging with them and comparing them to your life and using this as a practice, building your own practice, you naturally started to get lucid because you were more aware of your dreams as a whole. And that's why you really start with the basics and dream journal, dream recall. I think that's actually a really powerful statement.
Yeah, and in fact, I get back to the basics some time after I started exploring it, because I was, you know, you and I, we know a lot of lucid dreamers, and many of them are from the International Association for the Study of Dreams, and I don't know about you, but when I talk to a lucid dreamer, they've checked all the techniques. They've tried with everything, and I've done that. I've done that. I've tried all the techniques, way back to bed, mild, senses initiated, lucid dream. I've tried everything. But, I was even devoted to Tibetan dream yoga. I learned it from Tenzin Wangyal Rinpoche, and I was just practicing with Tibetan yoga during some time. So I was very interested in that, in trying everything. But the day-to-day life, you have work, you have family issues, you have your obligations, you have two daughters. Well, I have two daughters, and etc. So I didn't have the time and the energy to put all the effort there, to say waking up in the middle of the night. I had to wake up early, so I couldn't do that anymore. So I just quit, devoting too much effort to lucid dreaming, to the techniques of lucid dreaming. But I still do reality checks daily. The one that works for me is checking my hands. It's the one that works the most for me. But
Nice.
what I think that works the most for me is, as you said, writing down my dreams, having them in mind. I'm used to trying to identify, the underlying patterns in my dreams, just to identify what is repeating here. So, and most especially, I like to go through this waking physical reality, just realizing the strangest phase. It's the strangest phase, like the quasi-onirical, the dreamlike side of this waking life. And I guess I could say this would be my favorite lucid dream technique nowadays.
Yeah, I think that's so powerful. I mean, dream awareness, they say begins with waking life awareness. And when you become lucid, you just kind of realize that everything is all one big dream. So I think that's really powerful. What do you like to do in your lucid dreams? Do you have a plan or do you just kind of go with the flow?
Of course, it changes along the line. I'm usually go with the flow. Usually, just I'm open to surprise, which I think is one of the things I also do in waking life. I'm I think I'm open to what the dream wants to bring, and which I think is a perspective I take when I'm awake as well, and I'm always. But I'm changing my plans. I know it's important to have a plan, because it's a very delicate state of consciousness, and you can wake up if you don't have a plan, if you don't try to do something, and I've checked different things. Now I'm trying to explore my health. It's like how I how I can feel more vital, for instance, more energy, how I can receive the energy from my dreams. This is what I'm exploring now. This is my focus now.
That's great.
But
Yeah.
I'm always surprised, and open to surprise because the dreams are bringing all the time these surprises, what you're not expecting. And there's one lucid dream I had 2 days ago, which brought that. To my surprise, I was running away with a crowd of people. I was running away from some other people who felt evil to us. Well, okay, let's go. We have to go away. Okay, and we're running, and I didn't feel anything weird. So I didn't experience that the typical prelude to lucid dreaming, which is, oh, this is something weird, there's something strange going on, so this must be a dream. I didn't feel that, but it crossed my mind that I would like this to be a dream. I would like this to be a dream. And I thought, well, maybe if you desire it to be a dream, it will be a dream. And then I decided to be a dream, and it turned into a dream. I checked my hands, I checked I could fly, but it was just it was puzzling to me when I woke up, because it was a decision. It wasn't a realization. It was a decision. So I'm very interested in this. I'm very interested in this, and in the role we play with our determination to turn reality into dream.
Wow, that's really deep. I never even thought about that, but that's a really interesting experience. Decision versus
Mm,
realization. That's powerful. And a
mm,
lot of times I do get lucid from nightmares just by saying, I hope this is a dream. And then I kind of realize, but maybe now I'm rethinking, maybe it's a decision. But yeah, and all the time when I'm in unpleasant situations, I'm like, please be a dream. So yeah, that makes sense. Well, this is really awesome. I'm really excited for your presentation. It's been awesome chatting a little bit about lucid dream fun stuff. And so, for all the listeners out there, especially the ones that are thinking of going into therapy and psychotherapy, this is definitely a good paper to check out. So, any final words of advice for experienced lucid dreamers and maybe new ones out there?
So, well, I'm a psychologist, and I'm used to usually ask for advice from some people that tell me, what should I do here? And I always say, this is not what I have to do. In my work is like helping other people to get in touch with their inner advisor. So I'm not a good person to give advice, but because I always think, there's a saying in the Bible that says, the ways of the Lord are inscrutable, which means for me that everyone have their own path. They have to run their own path. So everything's okay. But if I'm based on my experience, I would say that not only what I was saying before, that just write down your dreams and check your dream signs. But not only talking about dream signs, when we say dream sign is something that tells you, oh, you're dreaming now. This is too strange. You must be dreaming. I'm talking about those characters that come over and over in your dreams. The scenarios that are repeating, those frequent themes. So just observe that. I think this would be a good advice. And but I'd also recommend for anyone who's listening to keep curiosity alive. That not taking for granted that things are as they seem they are. Just observe daily reality with playful, creative eyes, and open to surprise, as I said before. And finally, last but not least, I would say that it's important to listen to other dreamers, to share with other dreamers your experiences, but especially listen to other dreamers, to lucid dreamers who have interesting experiences that might be inspiring for you. So would be interesting for all the people who are listening to sign up for the Many Worlds of Lucid Dreaming conference, because they will find, I think, new lucid dreamers, but also experienced lucid dreamers, they will find for sure lots of inspiration and encouragement for their lucidity there.
Yes, beautifully said. I completely agree. Thank you so much for chatting and for your good energy. And I'll see you on the forums of the Many Worlds of Lucid Dreaming.
Thank you for having me. Looking forward.